Alright, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Alright, in this video, we're going to get into some DNA information. So this is dealing with a comic question as well as like a look into the root DNA settings of Israel. So this is just dealing with the understanding of who Issachar is, but we could bounce around with different things. So I have a lot of things open. So I'm gonna go to my notes real quick. Okay, here we go. So maybe I should just go back real quick to this. Let's see. Okay, do this. Let's see. Go to comment. What's the comment? Okay, here we go. Red Moonstar. My YDNA haplogroup is EM263.2. So Issachar. So on this is an old video when I did the DNA branches, and this person is asking if this marker is Issachar. So, and then another person asked about this. I don't know if I asked. So yeah, this person like tagged me from another channel, you know, same people. So I think I probably already answered this one. The King Tigers. But yeah, we gotta look at both. Hopefully I don't have to pull up any extra information, but let's get into everything. So we go back to the notes. And so I was like doing like a vague thought on all of this. So I just did notes, and I don't know if it was like summary or just like thoughts of things, because I had all the articles and then I closed all the articles. So I'm pretty sure it's just like thoughts, not a summary. So I wanted to bring out the DNA information dealing with a particular Israelite group or a particular Israelite tribe dealing with the tribe of Issachar. According to me, Issachar is dealing with a Bantu ancestry people with Nile beginnings and with certain type of DNA signature. Then, according to other people, you have Issachar dealing with Mexicans of Native American and or negro descendants. So in other words, Spaniards are not a part of the equation unless it's your mom side, and no, that's ain't a put down. It's something that some people believe in paternal lineages. I don't know if I was just trolling or being sarcastic, but um, yes, could be the case. I'll cover all our bases. I believe you must be a Israelite from both sides, meaning your parents have to contribute a Israelite DNA to make you a Israelite. True. That's your inheritance and blessing, not just a half of a blessing, but a full blessing. So obviously, this is the y-DNA and mtdna doctrine versus one West doctrine. So yeah, this is that doctrine, DNA information versus one West. So who are these people? Who is Issachar and where are they? Who are Issachar and where are they? The people that makes up Mexico are dealing with Asian immigrants that have been classified as Native Americans, um, comprising of two different groups of Asian people. And then you have the arrival of various European groups of people way after Asian people established different empires. And then you have the wars among tribes and clans, then a second coming of more European people with weapons and African slaves. The end. So let's get into this DNA aspect or specs of this information. So I just copy and paste the DNA chart that I already had. Paste it onto my notes right here. So we are looking at Issachar. So on here, on this update, I just already added Issachar y-DNA information and Issachar mtdna information, just in case people are asking. So L2A2 to L2A2A1 Issachar for men and women. So and real quick, so again, for people that aren't aware, men carry XY chromosome, meaning they get a paternal lineage group and a maternal lineage group. Women just get the maternal lineage group, which is just dealing with the mtDNA information. And so the women, to become a complete full stock of any race of people and of an Israelite woman, they would have to have their father DNA paternal information, either the father or the brother, your uncle from the same father and brother, and so on. The straight line lineage of paternal fathers, not stepdaddy, half a brother. You can have a half a brother, but that the lineage, the understanding is just the paternal lineage has to be related, basically. So I'm pretty sure I confuse people by the whole half brother. But this is referring to if that straight dad, the straight line dad, shared between multiple children, wasn't around, but he had another child, and your brother or a cousin that was closely related to that line wasn't around. if that person had another child from another woman, you would still get that y-DNA sample. Okay, so hopefully that um, redefined and went into detail about what I meant. So this is that. So let's get into some of the detailed information. Is it this? I think it's this. So this is excuse me, the Mexican article dealing with Nile people. So what we are gonna do is just skim through this information. This is dealing with Aztec clans and groupings of people, and doesn't matter if you go ancient, pre-colonial, after. These are all the same people, modern day people. All these people are just Japhetic people, either from Asia or from Europe. A lot of people tend to want to have interest in why there's like so-called Afro-Latinos in certain parts of Mexico and Central America. And most likely, those are just, again, Garifuna people dealing with Asian people, Shemitic Asian people from Asia that was original people that relocated and settled in the Americas. So you still have a remnant pocket of those people, the Arawak people. So you do have the Q represented, and then I think they do talk about the C group as well somewhere. So there are still C haplogroup, as you see right there. So both of these groupings of people are going to be dark complexion people. C group is going to be darker more so than the Q group because of the introduction of another Japhetic group of people from Spain and from other colonial settings or merchant groupings. So it doesn't matter if it's a R1B or a J, it's still a Japhetic group of people. So I think a lot of people were looking for like AB group, even a E1B1A group, but like a lot of these groups of people, at best the other E1 or the other E group that is found in Mexico is E1B1B. I don't know if it's gonna show up on this information because I'm pretty sure this is very refined information and surveys. So they are most likely not dealing with a slave population. So as you can see, just going down the page. So one West at best, when they are doing the chart, they could just use ethnic groups of those Central and South American groupings of people, but they don't. They bring out the best of confusion by saying Negro and Native American descent. So that's where the confusion comes into play. And okay, here you go. As I mentioned, the R1B. So the confusion is just when you look into this information, Japhetic people come in different shape sizes and complexion types. So this is where everybody is just doing that whole thing to where um, skin folk is like closer to another connection to kinfolk. So it's almost like that thing where you and your cousins are being babysitted by your mom best friend, same race ethnic group of person, lady, her family, everything. She had kids. They basically raise y'all up together. Y'all are very closely um, placed people. Y'all grew up together. Y'all now going to school together. Everybody is associating y'all together, even though y'all are not a part of the same family. Y'all just look alike and act alike, and it's because y'all been raised. So you between um, the two groupings, y'all tend to play like y'all are cousins. All y'all are cousins. Some are and some aren't. So it was very common for us when we was little, and when we grew up with a lot of people that was just in the neighborhood, and we knew each other from uh, childhood to like preteen. We just claim each other as cousins, when in reality, you know, you wasn't related. So pretty much similar. Give a little, take a little to this information with the Japhetic people. Um, they're basically all closely related people. They just have various complexion types, various landing spots, various cover stories, various um, behavior, and so on, etc. So I wonder if there are any E1B1B. So, okay, here go the J, there go the E. Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm like, I know I wasn't tripping about seeing that. So this is the other thing about the chart. So when they go Afro Latino, I've seen those memes and those pictures and those um, videos, Henry Gates and everything. I've seen them, and it's like these are beautiful people, you know, beautiful dark complexion people, and the issue is, uh, you have a pocket of people dealing with E1B1B among those people. So not only that, you have already two native groupings of people that are dark complexion already. You have E1B1B, and you have another Japhetic group of people with the R1B that tends to be represented as a pale complexion grouping of people, but they have a very large pocket of people that are dark complexion. So one West, you can't constantly say Native American, Hispanic, Latino, and Negro descent when all these people are not dealing with E1B1A. So back here, so yes, this is Issachar. This is your marker is M263.2. Yes. I know um, a lot of people want to be Judah, but yeah, that's Judah right there. So, and there's definitely a lot of people that is dealing with Gad, Asher, and Joseph. So, so that was um, there's this the information dealing with the nationality of the groupings of people in Mexico with the ethnic group of the people of the Nile um, ancestry pool. So the Nile people are just dealing with Q group, not the C group. The C group is dealing with a totally different grouping of Shemitic people and so-called Native American people from Asia. So, in the understanding of the Table of Nations, um, the C group would just be Shemitic Moabites, basically. E1B1B would be Edomites. Q, G, I, J, R1B, all those are various clans and branches of Japhetic people. So let me go to my information dealing with the Fang people. I had like a lot of stuff open. Or maybe that's not on this one. There we go. The Fang people. Oh, you see this? Out of nowhere. R1B. So this is dealing with Equatorial Guinea and the origin of the migration of the RV88 people. So this is not really dealing with the Fang people, but we can look at this real quick. I wanted the Fang people information, and I think this came up for both. I should have another page to look at. But yeah, this is the infamous R1B. So these are the plants. So my belief and theory is these are all the original native people of Europe that was always there, and that when the Moors came and when the Moors started to reintroduce or introduce certain things and settings, these are the people that was starting to relocate outside of Europe because of nobility and because of wealth, because of exile, because of crimes, because of other uh, plots and treaties. These people was planted in different places, mostly in those coastal islands of West Africa. And then in those Caribbean islands. And then they were planted in the northeastern um, coastal settings of North America. So a lot of plant work that these groups of people is doing. So the other thing is Moors is similar to the classification of black and African American. It's just overall classification of a complexion type of people, meaning all those people could have been from all the different race groups, period, from Shem, Ham, and Japhet. So the Morse terminology is just dealing with a umbrella terminology of a classification, a group of mostly men. So this is that documentation. As I said, they got the reference points of A, B, and E because in Africa you have multiple groups of haplogroups. The native groups are dealing with A and B. And then the Shemitic groups of E. Excuse me. Whoa. It's dealing with, the Abrahamic groupings of people. So this is why I wanted to, use this because I thought it was gonna go into all that, but we will see. We will see. It has to have some E1B1A information on here. Okay, here we go. In this sample, or in the 112 samples analyzed, we were able to identify 104 different haplotypes and 13 different haplogroups. So that was the chart that we just saw, or the chart that we might see. The majority of the Y lineages found in this study, almost 80% belong to haplogroup E, namely bearing the M2. So yeah, this is all we wanted to know about this region. So the irony, so for people that don't know, Equatorial Guinea was colonized by Spain. So these people do speak Spanish. That's the irony. But they are not Latinos. They are not Ladinos. They are not Hispanic people or Aztecs or what's the other term? Afro Latinos. These are just, Bantu people. I'm talking about the Fang people, the Fang, because the Fang people are in Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and parts of Cameroon. And you also have E1A. So, yeah. And you also have Edom. So, in these pools, again, they. Let me do something real quick. I hope I don't get into a rant. Let me find it. I think it's going this way. Nope, going back the other way. So, when you look into the Fang people, these are Nihilistic group. I remember I always, for some odd reason, was associating this term with like Cushitic terminology, because on the Sahara chart they have those Hamites associated as Nihilistic, because you have a lot of cultures and groups of ethnic background of people living on the Nile. But I was um, connecting that terminology just towards Cushitic people, not like Nile itself, not Nile base, Nile Valley people. It was just Cushitic. Whenever I Nihilistic, I was like Cushitic people, Cushitic people. When in reality, again, A and B, these are nomadic groups of people. Those groups of people are from what we call Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Israel. Those are the people that we always been among in the Middle East. So the issue is, we were nomadic people. They were nomadic people. The other stock of Abrahamic people were nomadic people. So whoever was the first groupings of people to relocate in Africa and settle there for so many generations, and constantly have generations settle in the same territory for so many years, are base, the DNA composition, trace proteins are going to be based from that region. So you have the Hamitic people trace origin in West Africa. And then you have the Israelites trace protein where they're supposed to be, the Nile Valley. So, the rent. So they are talking about the Hausa people wasn't a part of slavery. All those empires and civilizations, kingdoms that was closely tied together, business wise, trade wise, warfare clan wise, a lot of those groups of people participated in owning slaves. And we were talking about before colonization. So it only, gotten worse when European people introduced themselves into the market. So And yes, this is a patriarch uh, group of people, and that's about it. So this would be the group associated with my notes, and this is from WikiOne, more so than Wikipedia, source of information, with having sample um, individuals with this marker. So this is why I went to the Fong page and went into whatever information Equatorial Guinea was going to represent, because that's where I got this information from. So let's see, the Nawa people. And yes, they're dealing with monkeypox in that region, but they've been dealing with that because this was a thing 2 years ago, last year, and now. So there's been a ongoing thing, and I just have to tell my Bantu brothers and sisters, leave the bush meat alone. Leave the bush meat alone, and leave the same-sex practicing stuff alone, because this is the direct effect of that contact. So I will link the NIH summary on the mpox on the in the description box. So other than that, I was just like looking at news for Gabon. But no. And the other thing is like Genesis. I use the NIV. Nothing wrong with that. But Genesis and other content of Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33, we have to take it as understanding of two representation of witnessing. And I know everybody understand that precept and everything, but I'm saying that, um, in the way, in the terminology of those blessings was during that era. When I say that era, excuse my accent, that era. This is the blessings before Christ. Basically, those are the two representations. And then the understanding is the blessings that we are going to venture into eventually are totally different. So these blessings are already done with. So I'm sorry to the One West folks, but yeah, these are just things to where we want to just give to other people. And again, the other people have their own history, have their own heritage. Why should we triple down and give them more of our culture, our inheritance? And we shouldn't. So that's what I was like looking at, and I was like, yeah, all those are pre-Christ, pre-Amashiach, you know. So now we are dealing with the curses. So um, we're dealing with the curses and looking and living forward to the restoration of Jacob and Israel, the restoration of the Most High Kingdom. So let's get into this Nawa stuff. So these are the Nawa people. Hopefully there's no new pics. Okay. Alright. And people like, they have color. Of course they have color. A lot of Japhetic people have hue, you know. The Negritos of the Philippines, um, the Malagasy people, and then they try to say, oh, these people been mixing with Bantu people. No, these are the complexion people have when they are Japhetic people. Pale complexion, tan complexion, fair complexion, dark complexion, ruddy complexion. So, any more? Is there any more? And that's about it. So these are the areas. And notice they're just, using these ethnic groups. There's no um, additional Garifuna or Kalingo or, even Arawak. So you just have these groups, and that's about it. So, is there anything else? We could go here since it's open. We can look at both. Let's look at mitochondrial. Again, so A, B, C, D, and X. All these are dealing with Native American women ancestry. So A, B, C, and X is dealing with Japhetic women. D is dealing with Shemitic women. So these women could be Shemitic women from Moab or Ammon. They're just Shemitic because remember the Lot daughter situation. So um, so So a lot of Hispanic women are gonna either be A or B. Let's see. And Lupita Nyong'o is a Hamitic uh, maternal group, L0. So yeah, she don't count in this conversation. So you go to the Y, they got the famous world haplogroup map. Q, R1B, and C. And that's about it. And then you have all these groups of people. This is what One West believe in. All these people, all these groups of people are literally Israelites. This is almost like Christianity, basically. Christianity 2.0, saving everybody. And that's about it. I think I covered everything. I had this. I think this is dealing with the Fang people, like a detail. Oh no, this is the Garifuna people. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna share because it's 100 and something, 100 plus pages. And this is Firefox, so I don't know if I can find stuff. Let's see. Um, let's do this. L2 network of Garifuna and Kalingo haplogroup haplotypes belonging to haplogroup L2 and L3 73. So we go to 73. Eight. Okay. There goes 73. Bear with me. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what page is this. 60 something. 61, right? Almost there. Got some charts. '70. So this is I guess the beginning of the information to come. Let's see, mtdna networks were also constructed for the four African macro haplogroup. I just call when it comes to mtDNA information, I just say macro group versus macro haplogroup. You know, you can also still say haplotypes or haplogroup, but yeah, still, yeah. So most haplogroups L0, L1. So yeah, here you go, folks. So they're talking about what is present. Let's see, in most haplogroups L0, L1, L3 display networks with Saint Vincent, Dominica, and Saint Vincent, including something. Okay, and they just break down figures that are coming in the chart. So what we are looking at is the cause and the effect of what I talked about before. So once again, when you have those empires in West Africa and they're doing treaties and so on, a lot of people are integrating their cultures and societies. Before warfare, after warfare, during warfare. So you will have groupings of these women mixed among a lot of Israelite women, a lot of Israelite men, you know. So that's why Dr. Ephraim has that L3, being from Puerto Rican descent. He has a Gadite marker on the paternal side, but a L3 Edomite maternal lineage. And that was why he's like, I can't really get into the mtdna stuff, and he basically, did like a one west basically. So, but yeah, this is why I just say, hey, it's very important to just have DNA information, And excuse me as I go blind. Let's see if I can see straight. Let's see. 72 or 70, yeah, 71. mtdna haplogroup L2 was the only haplogroup that's displayed most shared models. Is that model? Oh my god, maybe I need to make it bigger. Notes. Okay, notes shared by Saint Vincent and Garifuna villages on the coast. So this is what I was like looking for. So you do have these pockets of women, but at the same time, let me look at 73 real quick. So this is the chart of the different islands and regions. So let's see who has the most. I wonder, well, not Honduras, even though like I know a lot of dark complexion people from Honduras. So as you can see that pocket of turquoise or aquamarine blue. The black Caribs, let's say Dominica. Where's Dominica? What's their look? Not much. Dominica is dealing with L3. Ooh, wow. Belize. Okay, there you go. Interesting. I wonder if there's like a pocket of E1B1A in Belize, um, that isn't modern, you know, modern time E1B1A. I wanted to be like slave trade E1B1A. So I'll look into that. But at the moment, I think I'm gonna find something else real quick. Let's find something else. Um, uh, see the okay, they go right here at this point. They go 300,000 Garifuna. The Garifuna have formed new villages along Central American coast. These villages now number over 60, stretching from Belize to Nicaragua. I think that's it. Yeah, that was it. So let me go back. So in addition to African and Native American contribution to the Garifuna gene pool, evidence of European gene flow can be seen with the presence of R1B. Let's see. So yeah, the plants are everywhere. So the R1B group is the time extended group to try to supplant Israelites. So it's a R1B and T. And for people that don't know, um, again, T group also could be dark complexion, pale complexion. Like they say, there's olive skin complexion. So yeah, and I think that's about it. I was just looking to see D. So in reality, the Garifuna women supposed to have a D um, title because they supposed to be native to the region versus um, imported via slave trade or merchant, you know. So yeah, and that's about it, you know. I would have to like maybe I don't. Maybe I could find it. on here. Let me do this real quick. D1 is it okay? D2A. I'm gonna try both of these. All right. Nope. Well, that's about it with that. Let me go back to this again. And so it's not just the Fang people. The Fang people also will have other groups of people among them. But when I say other groups of people, I'm talking about other Israelite tribes. I just say this about the Fang because the sample on the Wicked One page was from the Fang people. And here go the information, and I hope I answered. Oh, I hope I answered the question about Issachar. And there was some more questions, a little bit behind on looking at my stuff. Okay, let's see. Issachar. Okay, Shalom. This is from user CT7WJ8VU2H. Peace as always, yeah. C group is Moabites, which they are Shemitic. Yes, according to me. I think I was in that process. I think I saw this and I'm always jumping from thing to thing. So all it is basically when you get into these searches and you start to like E-M2 and you click on like an ancestor or descendant and you go down the rabbit hole and it takes you so far back to common relative and the markers and so on. So me and my understanding, because in the Japhetic layout, when you get to GHIJK, they group them together because all of them are closely related, and they do it on purpose for some articles and don't do it on purpose for another article, and they could do pretty much the same thing with the Shemitic group of people. C and F. The issue is we are talking about the the group being marked. And I understand this. So the marking and the reference point of DE versus CF, and I say, it's a CF pairing because it's just all the Semitic groups of people being breaking or broken apart into different detailed protein subclades from where they came from to where they settled, basically. So this person go, according to my knowledge, Shem should be haplogroup DE, and yeah, it's the same. It's just the same thing. C to F, Shemitic groups. And let's see. But yeah, if you think DE is the cutoff, okay, I not arguing with that. That's just your, point of view. You know, um, Nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, from what I been studying about these groups of people, you know. So my thing is, I will probably ask this person, what is C group then? C group is Hermetic group, because like they definitely want to make D group Hermetic. So is C group Hermetic to you? What is C group for you then? And that's about it. Was there another question? Yeah, I think I already answered this. And this was like 2 months ago. I hope I answered. Shout outs to Lucky. Yeah, somebody talking to somebody else. Or maybe I saw this. I don't know. Shout outs to Lucky. Thanks, Brethren. I contacted them and they told me the same thing. EL is inside or subclade. EN. Yeah. Uh, just go to ISOGGE branch and you can find you like the settings. So these settings, these are just the most common sample pulls. So, and this was like years ago. So, with as many people been doing DNA testing, and with I think Family Tree, 23andMe, and maybe My Heritage. Those three companies are the companies that should be doing haplogroup testing, Y-DNA and mtDNA. And those three groupings of people or companies should be pumping out data dealing with updates of samplings. Other than that, you have the scam group owned by Blackstone. Blackstone acquired Ancestry. Ancestry has European ancestry, African ancestry, and regular ancestry. And they or just doing admixture, autosomal DNA information, percentages, and they are just taking your money, and then they're probably telling people to take this information and plug it into those other links that break down the percentages into more percentages, and you pay them a subscription for that information. So yeah, let's see, any other thing. Right off the bat, I believe that's either Edom or Ishmael. It's not a Israelite grouping of people. What tribe is E-M M132? Either Edom or Ishmael. And why can't you see comments on? Yeah, I already answered that. So I probably already answered both of these then. Was there any? They said thank you. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Or maybe this is like another comment. So hopefully I answered everybody comments. So I will put everybody at in the comment, or pin comment, or even in the title. Put it in the title. So that's about it with this. And as always, once again, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahushai. Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for the comments. Feel free to leave a comment according to the community guidelines. I shall reply to it with a comment or a video. Thank y'all. Peace.